Welcome back to our Felid Necromancy, or Necromancer. Last we left off, we started our character, Felid Necromancer, and within a few tiles, I think, we encountered a summoning book. And so we've kind of been dual wielding our summoning necromancy as like a tag team where early floor we use our summons to carry us, and then well, so far our necromancy is more about a like a caster style cleanup, but the idea is that once the summons kill something, I'll have things like animate dead to resurrect what was killed, and the ball continues to grow. We currently do not have any sort of god choice yet, and to be honest, I still haven't thought of exactly what it's going to be. We kind of talked about it live, but before I forget, I'm going to start learning my animate dead. Let's go here. Yes, I can cast it. It's 10% or lower, but it's still red. I don't like casting things that are still red because if you do fail, the thing that happens is way worse. And to be honest, I'm not that desperate quite yet. So I'll preemptively put it on E because I tend to have my kind of what do they call it? Animate Dead puts reap. The word is reap that I was thinking of. I like to put those kind of temporary aura type things like in my like second row of buttons, like F1, F2, F3, F4, and so that's anyway. Yeah. So let's carry on with our dungeon work. I think I went down one of these steps. Did I? No, that was a different floor earlier on. Sound of rushing water, which means we have a sewer on our little floor here, so we'll have to keep that in mind. The second we get an alert, I will adjust where I'm moving from. Just got torment. I'll drop that. I suppose if we end up becoming a necromancer, and then I go death form, I mean torment, I think is immune. Anyways, I'll drop it for bag space until otherwise. So we're just okay. So it's undead, so I can summon my guys, and hopefully he just takes it out, or they take it out. I'm gonna recast the dog, see what happens. It should, based on what I've learned, empower him to kill a little quicker. So far, not much has occurred. I think I'm just gonna back out of this. I'm not seeing much action, so yeah. Those are particularly annoying creatures to start the game unless you're like a melee character, because yeah. Okay, so anyway, we re-entered, and we can see here that it's you hear the slow rustling of a distant drain. And note, if you look on the top right, we're nowhere near where we first entered the floor. So by chance, we actually made a correct decision, because when it says distant, it's actually very it's not literally on us, but it's within movement range. If it was very distant, that's the one where it's like, oh, okay, I got to make some big moves here. So we're on the lookout here for our drain, our sewer. So whatever we get alerted next will give us an idea of the relative direction we are heading towards. Let's make some space. I think my guys should easily carry. Yep. What is this? Okay, so some air spell books. So as you saw there, it said very distant, which means going in that direction took us away from the sewer. So it should be on this direction, somewhere over here. I don't think I want to be Rue. I'm just going to close that because I don't want to have to deal with that ice guy for now. Okay. Now we can see it's nearby, which means we're like right on it. So let's try to find it. Actually surprised it's not right on us right now. Here it is. Okay, let's make a clearing to it. And here we go. So we made our sewer, and that's kind of how you figure out your sewer. This looks to be that kind of wide one where the gnolls have their little castles in the, or little rooms in the up and right, bottom right, you know, all that. And then the rats are in the center. So we're going to have to be very careful about getting overwhelmed by things, as well as poison darts. Honestly, I should have been animating. No, well, I don't know. Animating dead. I suppose I can preemptively cast a few things here, and I'm going to cast animate dead, and if I fail, well, we didn't, so now I can have my guys start the clear. I'm going to recast dog to see if he does a cleave and heals himself. Alright, and as you can see, we're like scaling our way through and getting all the ghouls along with it. So now we're set up to have a little bit more potency in our clearing here. To be honest, these are some powerful rats, but okay. Still one ghoul. I think it's worth recasting once I opened here. So if that's the case, then I'm going to start it now. Reap, and then pull back, and then see what happens. So that's me casting dog to see how that works, and it seems to be okay. He got a little bit of health back. I'm sure he did extra damage. Okay, now we have a bunch of rats. There you go. Pull back. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't chase. There's a lot of danger down there. Let your summons do their work. Especially as a Felid. Okay, so we have two dudes. I think I keep the two dudes. I'll recast Reap. It failed. Do it again. Okay. I'm going to Grave Claw. Probably. Oh, maybe not. I'll save for my dog. There you go. So he healed. He did a cleave. Got a bunch of guys up. Now I have a full set of ghouls. Back away. Nice. Alright, so... Oh, one guy was over here. So now we have 4 ghouls, and so now I know I don't want to cast Reap. That's plenty. So I will let them fight it out. And I'll let him cleave. If he takes more hits, heal him again. And by him, I mean my dog. And heal again. That's pretty cool. I like that pattern. Heal again. Easy. Okay, cool. So as long as I have mana, I can just kind of keep that dog, and he doesn't get like 1 or 2 shot, then I can keep that dog kind of pumping. That's pretty cool. Cool. So we're done. A lot of creatures too, so we got a lot of XP along the way. Of course, we're a Felid, so like gear doesn't really matter to us necessarily, but the experience always helps. I don't have a lot of spell levels. And to be honest, we still haven't really got that backup mid-game, summoning or necromancy natural books. So the deeper we get, so like here's Sif. The more we're getting this way, the more I'm thinking Sif. I know it's tempting to go Kiku because Necro side of things, but I'm not sure. Sif could still give Necro stuff, I think. But the point is that Sif can give summoning stuff, and that's pretty critical. So I think this might be the day where we do that. And also having the ability to cast out of the expanded spell book for basically free on occasion will be nice for the Felid, because whatever I get, I can support whatever the Felid considerations are. And I guess we're going full int, at least for now. I doubt at this point I'm ever going to get more melee oriented, so... Okay, can I Graveclaw this guy? Oh, I can. Interesting. I didn't know you could Graveclaw the undead guy. So, now I know. And I gotta remember I can now do Reap. I started my reaping in the sewer, so different worlds and all. But that is that. Okay, so I think what we talked about last was I'm just trying to mine out teleport still, so let's go O. Still no teleport, so weird little combination of scrolls today. Vampiric Draining is available. It's castable, of course. It's not something I'm going to be doing that often, and I suppose I am Sif, and so A, I should start learning evocations, but B, I technically can use Piety to forget spells, and I do have some amnesia, but I'm still not like I don't think there's going to be a scenario where I'm going to desperately want Vampiric Draining. I don't think. Because ideally I'm never in melee range, and so if I've already messed that up, then there's already a problem, and I have something else I want to cast, I suppose. So hold off that, particularly because I want to have these spells available for when like maybe Sif gives me a book that it's like summoning, like really nice mid-game summoning spell, or like I want to get this surprising crocodile. I think I've used it once. It's not a great spell, but I don't know what'll come. Cool. I don't know if I want to like double up the invocation training, especially when I have, more critical things to learn. I may stop like stealth at a certain point. I like keeping dodging though. But all right, D7. Ooh, a Menakare. He's weak to fire usually. He does a really nice pain brand kind of thing. Or whatever. Smite, whatever. I think I can just summon my guys, have him killed, and just kind of tell them to attack. Should be fine. Yeah. Here's our temple. What's my Reap, by the way? Yeah, so now Animate Dead is not risky at all to cast, so I can start off with that, and okay, I'm gonna Graveclaw this guy because I don't want him to bother me. Oh, and imps can't be, I guess imps are undead anyway. Hey, cool, we're using some Zot tiling. Cool. Yeah, well, we already got our Sif, so that's not really relevant. I was just thinking, in the new version of the game, currently Trunk will be 3.4. Your temple will tell you what kind of orbs are going to be in the Zot land. So I was just thinking about that. I'm like, oh, is this how it looks? And it's like, no, I'm on 0.33. Don't get confused. So I've got Reap, I've got Summons. Hopefully we cause the tide of summons to be taken. Cool. So now we have a little ball with us here. Get behind things. Keep moving. I have great evasion. Yeah. Pull back. So now our ball's pretty low here, so I could... I'll just kill the things. Summon my guys and let them kill it. Wand of Flame. Okay, so we're building up. Oh, I was talking, I think, episode 1 about the wands, ice versus flame. I guess it's ice blast. It's not of cloud or something, freezing. Anyway, we've got some wands, which will be helpful. We're not like a caster, like a battle, you know, what's it called? Conjuration style caster. So having the wands will be nice. Let's go B. Hopefully teleport. There you go. And so now we're back to having a flexibility of trying to find maybe potions, like healing potion and stuff. Okay. Cool. Okay, D7 is done. Plenty of time on this episode to carry along. Any spells yet? I should probably start tracking if Sif has given me stuff. I've got 1 pip of Sif, which means I can call on the channel magic. It costs a lot of piety, and to be honest, I'm not usually... it scales with invocation, and so unless you're really up there, I find that Sif's mana regen help isn't like the world's greatest spell ever, or like piety use ever. But to be honest, with Sif, you're not really going to be dropping spells that often, and like honestly, the third one, which is the cast any spell from your library, it uses so much piety. It's so much, and so unless you like are gonna cast like once every like 3 levels, like floor levels, that is, or you have like a faith amulet, you're not really using that often, so you save that extra cast. You try to save all your piety for that special cast, and you save it for special occasions. Like you don't have a orb of fire solution, you must cast whatever, you know, or I don't know. There's edge cases and stuff, but what do we get? Oh, summon forest. So there's a summoning translocation. Basically we just got a translocation. No, well, yeah, kind of a translocation book. So cool. If you're not aware, Felids have +4, I believe, translocation. So I can probably casually start learning that, just how we're casually learning stealth. Maybe I'll cap stealth out at 7 just to keep it flat. Oops, I meant to do 7. And so we're kind of trading a +4 for a +4. Cool. I guess I'll reap. I failed the reap. Here's the reap again. Here's another book. Poison book. Poison doesn't really line up well with summoning Necro. I don't think the Necro has bad synergy, but I think Necro Poison is usually, or Venom or whatever it's called. Alchemy, I think is what they call it these days. But the summoning does have a counter synergy, so won't be doing that today. Ring of Will. Ooh, nice. So a free Ring of Will. I will take it. And so now, oh, we do have a lot of gold. I don't know. I do like this amulet. So unless I want to go out of my way to buy a second Ring of Willpower, I think I'm pretty satisfied right now. I don't know what. Maybe I would do a ring of an amulet of reflect. I'm not sure actually. That would be like the upgrade, or like just a specialty amulet of some capacity. I'm gonna Grave Claw. Might as well use it. Regen. Uh, Unfortunately, my reap is not really doing much reaping right now. There you go. Ooh, bees. Bees are scary. I don't have R poison. My dudes, I think, have R poison, but it's not ideal. And that's a lot of bees. So I'm gonna back away. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna pull up. I know I'm abandoning the dudes, but I'd rather just do this and kill the one bee or two bees, whatever one. I think it was just the one that came up, and then reset. Store, nothing in there. Let's Grave Claw. I should have been reaping, my bad, because bees can be reaped. There you go. Oh, another bee. Alright, and we're back to normal. Okay, let's identify now. Now our target is healing potion versus like acquirement. I think I want to mine out these 5 sets to see what if they're like haste or healing or might or mutation, and then maybe we'll switch back to our scrolls to try to get like an acquirement or something. So we have access to surprising croc. I believe it takes a while, right? It appears behind the caster in a surge of murky water and performs an empowered attack against the chosen target, dragging both it and the caster backwards before allowing the latter to dismount safely behind it. That feels weird. Do I want to spend it for level 4? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'd rather just save for Summoning Forest, which is coming up pretty soon. I need 3 or 5 spell levels to learn that one. Yeah, I think I save it for Summon Forest as a mid-game kind of thing. I have the Great Translocation. It'll happen. Okay. Let's go on to Dungeon 9. Roar of Battle, which I believe is a Bailey, which is typically a really cool portal, I guess is maybe what they call it, to get. Although it is usually typically like the best for like warrior types, because you can get like enchant weapons and you know, oh, it's distant. Okay, so we're kind of near it. Like enchant weapons or broad axes or armors early game, nice pole arms, this kind of thing. Here it is. Maurice, I'd rather enter first. Okay, so summons, reaping, slowly building the ball. Reap. Let's Grave Claw. Grave Claw, back away. I'm gonna level up the dog. I think I might even light just to get this going, because that'll really, yeah, build the ball up. And then now, that's my reap for now. They'll be there. Get my mana back. And we'll pick and choose where we're going next. So let's go up here. Summon my guys. Let them kill it. I'm gonna reap and summon my guys. I'll Ice Blast this. I won't die. Yeah, it was close though. See, that guy's a broad axe. He's just gonna wail on everything. So I gotta be very careful to heal my dog as needed. Yeah. One of the great reasons why you do Baileys, because you can get a broad axe pretty early game, as well as different other weaponry. Okay, summon my guys. And, should I ice... it's a bad place to ice blast. I'll let the swings occur. I'll heal. This is a really bad engage point. And now my mana's low. Not great. Okay, let's back it out. I'll reap, and then I'm going to ice. And let's air, light, flame, flame, flame. Now I'm going to light. Reap is still active, because light will go through. One more light. I'll aim it this way. Okay. Ideally, you're not using all that resources, but I want to see what's at the end of this Bailey, because sometimes you get like a potion of experience. Whew, okay. We got a big guy. Okay, I can't wand it off the top. Let's heal him. I guess the dog died. Okay, I'm gonna run it back. Let's reap. Let's poly him. No. Let's wand of air. Still try to poly him. There you go. Okay, it's an eye, but that's not the end of the world. I'm gonna blast, ice blast, light. I could Graveclaw, I think, the eye. There we go. Graveclaw him. I'm still reaping. I can summon him, back it out. Now I can cast my dog. And that should get me going here. Oof. Okay. Let's flame. Nope. Ooh, this is not great. I guess I'm gonna have to light it up. Wish I don't really want to use a mana potion this early in the game. Let's try to flame backwards. I guess gotta light it up. And then flame, flame. Alright. That's probably one of the hardest creatures here, the red guy, and so whatever, we made it through. Yeah, look at that nice armor that we can't use today. Okay, so I'm going to reap and summon some guys, and we're going to try to take out some of this armor. Oof. Okay. Interesting. So unless there's some mystery, well, I guess there's usually like little scrolls and stuff in these little holes here. It's really tough. I'm going to back up. Just try to get only like one guy on us at a time. Reap, summon some stuff, and let's try to build some sort of ball. Cool. I think I reap this so that I get more on the other side here. Cool. Yeah, see, like, these little doors, usually have like a really nice acquirement scroll or something. I'm like, I think I should make sure I do this. I'm gonna Graveclaw. I really just want this summoning type to die. I'm gonna let my guys through and finish it off, hopefully. Let's reset. Oops, I meant to close the bottom one. Okay. Summon my guys, and hopefully they do the work. Come on. Do I have reach? No. Okay, wow. What a... Oh, and then we got a lightning guy on the side. What is he? Does he have the Dragon's Lance? Yeah. Oh man, we're a Felid. We can't use it. But this is a cool lance. All the resistance is, it levels up if you kill dragons. If you got it this early, you would have had a lot of dragons ahead in your life. So that's unfortunate. We don't get access to that today. Yep. Such is life. Sometimes you see you play the weird character and then you get a classic item that you just can't use, either because it doesn't make sense or because you literally just can't use it. Anyway, we got our requirement. Let's see what else we have. Of course, we have these lightning dudes. We got to be very careful about that. Actually, super careful. Ooh, many of them. Okay, at least that's gonna clear him out. Ooh, let's reset. Did we get it? There you go. Cool. All right, around the corner, there's often... Ooh, there's another one there. I'm going to run it out because I want that option to reset if I want to. And tell my guys to attack. There you go. Yeah, so there's usually like gold or something in there. And then on this side, let's see, gold. And once again, yeah, as suspected. Whew. Sometimes they get a really nice shot off and it's like, ooh. Okay, cool. So now it's just the inside. I'm guessing we cleared it. But, oh, there's one guy left. So let's start by summoning a few things. And I just might Graveclaw him just to get this over with. I should have probably summoned my... Ooh, this is actually not ideal. Can I... Oof. Alright, whatever. Yeah, we used a lot of resources, but here we are. Cool. So, just to make sure, we've got everything. Alright, I'm not going to leave yet because we know that the named guy is outside. And to be honest, I just checked the time and we've gone way over my goal of 30 minutes. And so I'm going to call it here for this episode. Well, we did a lot of portal work today in this Felid Necromancy of now Sif Muna. Yeah, we're kind of leveling up our Sif. We're trying to get more summoning and necromancy going, kind of a 1-2 punch. We've just got an acquirement, which we'll probably check out the very first thing next episode. And yeah, we're just going to finish off our kind of early dungeon game next episode and carry on from there. But so far, I mean, we just used a ton of resources with regards to our evocations. We still have some. Whatever. We lived is the point. We still have all whatever lives we have of our Felid. I don't know what we're at now. 2 lives. Probably getting a 3rd one pretty soon. So far, so good. The longer you can go before your first death as a Felid, the better. So I'm happy to expend evocation stuff if it means I live. Anyway, so check out next episode. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.